on the garden again. So you may ask yourself, are you in the garden because you haven't seen these before? But these folks are my potatoes. Now, I'm not too sure we have done the right thing, but they seem to be getting rather out of hand. I mean, I don't know if I can pick this up, but here's my potatoes. Question is, how do I know if there's a potato underneath all that? This is all right beyond me. I don't know whether I have done a good thing getting into this gardening or not, but somehow or another I have to see whether there's any potatoes below there. So any ideas about how you know, let me know. Anyway, it's a good week. I've got some exciting things to tell you, and some of you sent me some questions, so I'm going to answer those. I had two really exciting encounters in a way this week. Yesterday morning, we listened to a pastor friend of ours who's in the south of England, Pastor Chris Whitland, and then we happened, as it were, Andrew happened to listen to another pastor who lives about an hour away from us. We don't know them, we haven't been to the church, and both of them were saying the same thing. We are in lockdown, told we can't open up church. We are going to take the church out of the building. Both of them were saying the same thing. Pastor Chris Whitland was saying, let's have the small groups outside, let's have the preaching outside, let's have the worship outside, let's take it all outside, and what we do with the building down the line we will sort out, but we'll have it open for prayer and that's it. But everything now is going outside. This other pastor said, we're going to buy a plot of land and we're going to do everything outside. And I thought, wow, that's how it was with the early church. They were outside. Jesus was walking among the people, preaching, teaching. Yeah, sure, he was in the synagogue, but most of his ministry was out amongst the people. So I'm really excited to see how this plays out. We're even talking ourselves about taking our devotions and sitting outside and doing them out in public instead of just being in our houses. So I had hope for the Church of the UK when I heard this, and I challenge you, what are you doing inside that you could do outside? What are you tucked away in your homes doing that you could do out in public? Because it was a great challenge to us and we're excited to take that forward. We'll see what happens, but I'm excited. So, it's good to be excited for once. So, here's the questions. From Sherry, my friend in Virginia. What are your thoughts on the Great Commission? Glad you asked that, Sherry, because I'm about to record a video for my Taking the Next Generation Forward series, and it's going to be on the Great Commission, so you can hear my answer. It will probably be up either tomorrow or either Wednesday or Saturday. That's that one answered. Wherever did you find such a beautiful sweater? My daughter gave it to me for Christmas. My daughter Joy gave it to me, so I didn't find it. She gave it to me. Karen, my question would be, how do you spend your quiet time with God every day? We have our devotions in the morning that last an hour and a half, perhaps longer. And if you go to our video, A Day in the Life of, you will see how we do it. And I think lots of you would find it quite interesting. For myself personally, I leave my Bibles out on the kitchen table and I dip in and out. But my main time is in the mornings, and you'll see how we all do it. I think you'll enjoy it. Just remember to put the link for that. Kelly. Is it normal to be cold this time of the year? Look, this is England. Anything is normal. I wouldn't be surprised if we looked out one day and it was snowing in August. You wonder why people in the UK talk about the weather. It's because there's always something to talk about the weather. I mean, it can be cold in the morning, hot in the afternoon, raining in the evening, but we have had rather a cold spell. So maybe that isn't quite normal, but us Brits, we don't really take much notice except to think this is the UK and to change our clothes as appropriate. When people ask what should we bring when they come to stay with us, we say a bit of everything, you'll be okay. Kelly, can you please talk Jesus into coming back today? Don't think so. Sorry to let you down, Kelly, but I don't think so. Maybe you can. Let me know. Lindsay, from her 3 girls. So, Selah, here is your question answered. Have you been to Paris? She wants to go to Paris one day. It's a goal of hers. Yes, I've been to Paris, but not a lot. But if you come to Paris one day, I want you to come and see us on the way to going to Paris. In fact, if you come and see us, maybe we'll go to Paris with you. How's that for a deal? Riley asks, have you ever met the Queen? No, I've seen her. A few Christmases ago, we went to her home not far away from here, and we saw her going to church, and we waited, and it was really nice. The worship went on in the church, and we worshipped outside. So I haven't actually met her, but I've seen her. And Riley asks, what's it like having a queen? We love having a queen, Riley, because you have a president who comes and another president comes and another president comes. But our queen is there through lots and lots of our prime ministers, which is like your president. And so she's constant in the nation. She's been our queen for nearly 70 years. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? And the most exciting thing is she really, really loves Jesus. And for any of the rest of you listening, she put her forward in a book, and she never does that with a book. And you know what the book was called? The Servant Queen and the King She Serves. I love having a queen. I love it. And Jonah, my question is, what's one of your favourite memories of Andrew and Daniella while they were still children? Gosh, that's hard, because we have so many memories, because we're travelling all over the world, and I've seen them up mountains, I've seen them jumping into snow in Russia, I've seen them going down the Amazon to kill alligators to eat, or crocodiles, or whatever they were. I've seen them in so many situations, and every one is special. But one of my favourite, I suppose my favourite, is just doing the normal things of life and being together, and seeing them really integrated into what we do willingly. Here's a funny story though, I used to let them sit in meetings with one earplug in and not the other, because they'd heard the conference over and over. But I said, you have to be active, and if I ask anybody to do anything, you must jump up and do it, or you must do whatever it is. So on the platform, and I said something like, and when I ask everybody to stand up, and I'm in a church, and all they heard, excuse me, was stand up. So when they heard the word stand up, they leapt onto their feet, and they stood there, and they looked around, nobody else was. So that was a funny moment that actually I do quite enjoy. Melissa, what is the most profound thing that God has spoken to you? That is hard. I'm not a very deep person, so I'm not sure profound is something I would really analyze, call myself, or say. The things I hear are real simple. And maybe the most profound is, who shall I send and who will go? And I said, here am I, send me, and as for me and my house, we'll do it together. So that's been foundational in our lives, and so yeah, that's it. Whom shall I send and who will go? Here am I, send me, and the rest is history. Bonnie Harker, where do you live? We live near Cambridge, which is about, I think, about 70 miles north of London, Bonnie. When we're coming back to Memphis, as soon as we can get on aeroplanes, and as soon as the United States says the Kirks can come back, because at the minute we wouldn't be welcome even. So we're missing you, we really, really want to be back. Brad, this follows right on after us. Why haven't you moved to Memphis? Well, we can start with the fact that I don't think they'd want us at the minute. The second thing is, it's a little matter of a visa, even if we wanted to. I mean, getting this visa business is a whole other thing. But it's a good question, and this is one we thought about. But a lot of hurdles would have to be overcome in order we could. But meanwhile, thank you for giving us a home from home there, and we really, really miss you. So those are the questions, and I'm sitting surrounded by my potatoes, pretending I'm in the Amazon, in the forest, except I'm not. So, good morning from the garden. I can't see the clock going round, don't know how long this has gone on. I think it's gone on a bit longer. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for all the good mornings. I'm looking forward to seeing them now. Have a great, great day, and send me news, any more questions, and I'll see you in the garden next Tuesday, and I may have a surprise guest. So, see you then, and lots of love to all of you from me.